Hey, welcome to episode 2 of the 2018 OCFOA Plays of the Week. Once again, all the plays we're going to feature in this episode have been submitted by Steve Coover, the CIF rules interpreter, and all the comments that you see on the screen are his. So let's get going. This first clip has to do with fair catch signals, working with a 7-man crew in this case, and also possession of a muffed fair catch. Watch the play. I'm going to skip the comments. You see the fair catch signal there. He muffs it. And what do we have here? I'm going to go back and review Steve's comments on this. Now, what are the key points we want to remember when we have a fair catch signal? Any fair catch signal by an R player, the ball is dead once R recovers, right? Okay. We want to make sure he catches the ball when we see a fair catch signal. Do not have a quick whistle on a catch after a fair catch signal. This is where we get a lot of inadvertent whistles. Okay, he muffs it, recovers it, and the official marks it where he recovered it. Great job. But hold on, wait a minute. Something's wrong here. And I kind of felt the same as whoever pointed this out to Steve, that I didn't think the spot where possession was achieved was correct. Good spot by the back judge, but I hesitate to question Steve's observation on anything. He's usually right. But let's take a look at this. He's saying we got a 7-man crew here. Certainly the deep flanks are supposed to help out on this. So let's take a look again. Okay, so we got side judge and field judge and back judge all involved in this play, right? Got a muff. Let's go back. He's starting to pick that ball up right there. I think you can make a case that he possessed it at the 31, at the very least the 30. That appears to be where the field judge is marking it. No, he's going back. He's going back. Okay, guys, remember, it's the spot where he possesses it, not where his forward progress was. Nothing like that. The fact that he goes back on his, with his own by his own momentum doesn't matter. It's where he attained possession, right? So Steve points out, hopefully we move the ball forward. This is probably a mixed crew. If you get in this situation and you're working with guys that you don't work with often or you've never worked with before, don't be afraid to go in there and offer your advice on something like this. It's why we work as a crew. Okay, let's stay with the kicking game. KCI, do we have it? I'm going to run it in real time, and then I'll slow-mo it, and then we'll take a look at Steve's comment. Let me go back. I'm going to slow-mo this now. So watch. Whoops. When did I do that? Go back a little bit. Okay, receiver sliding. So if you ruled as the back judge, or there's a flank official on the side there, that defensive player, the K team member, had impeded his progress to the ball, then you've got KCI, and that's pretty much what Steve has to say. He's not saying this is KCI. He's not saying it's not. It's a judgment call on your part, and he would support the call of catch interference on this one. This next play deals primarily with progress, and also he talks about time management, and also a potential illegal shift by this player right here. Keep your eye on him. I'm going to let this run in real time. Huddle wants to stop at every comment, so I'm going to have to hit the play button every time it comes to a comment, but I think you'll get the net effect here. So here we go. You judge whether this number 7 comes set for a full second. See, he's moving back as the ball's being snapped. He did not come set, in my opinion. All right, let's run it back. Take a look at Steve's comments. So he points out that the receiver doesn't, he barely sets. This is the second to last play of the half. Got to be clock aware in these situations. I think we got to be clock aware in all situations, but especially here. Let's take a look at the play. That same player, number 7, is going to make the catch here. And, you know, the question is, where do we spot this? So he controls the ball beyond the line to gain, and going to see the official on the other side make a great spot there. I have one more observation. This is my observation, not Steve's. But I think we might have targeting here too. Watch the defender. Comes in, lowers his helmet, right there, right to the side of the helmet. I think that's a questionable hit at the very least. Moving on. Okay, here's the same play from the end zone. And the point of showing you this is that we get to see the clock. And Steve is pointing out that officials that aren't involved with ruling on this play need to be aware of the clock. You can see it was around 9-something seconds when the receiver went down. Take a beat or two to kill the clock. We should have about 7.2, 7.1 seconds left on the clock. So now we go to the next play. Last play of the half. Okay, so we've got 2 officials ruling. This official needs to be looking at the clock to make sure that it has stopped. And we're going to see from the end zone view that it doesn't. We got 0.3 on the clock. As Steve points out, if this is accurate, then we have one more play, but the clock operator felt he'd stopped the clock too quickly and ran off the remaining time. The team on defense sees the zeros, and the coach has them run off the field. If we have this situation, guys, and we know that there was time left on the clock when that ball is dead, we immediately get to the referee and to the coaches, let them know that the clock is wrong, we're going to reset it, and we've got one more play. So I'm going to go back now to that second to last play where I thought we had a questionable hit. After I recorded the previous video, I had emailed Steve and asked him if he'd considered the actions by B19 there as illegal, possibly targeting. And he said he really hadn't even looked at it that way, that he was focused on the timing issues and the spot. And he took a look at it and said, yeah, that is definitely a foul, targeting foul. So let's take a look at this again from the end zone. I think you get a better look at what 19 does here. Now, the player that he's going to hit is out of frame. There he is right there, number 2. Or is it number 7? Well, who cares? Now, watch 19's actions. He's lining him up. Now, 2 is in a very vulnerable position here. And so even if this, he's defenseless. So even if 19, doesn't wrap, doesn't get his head to the side, all that stuff, this is at least a excessive contact on defenseless receiver. This guy goes head hunting. Watch this. Now, yes, the receiver compresses slightly on this play, but it's because he sees the hit coming. This guy plans to deliver a hit. Look at that. I mean, that's right in the ear hole. That's a big time targeting hit. This is exactly what we're trying to get rid of, guys. That's the type of hit that causes concussions. We got to get a flag on it. And who could throw the flag? Well, we got the umpire pivoting. He's got a great look at that. We have the flank on this side who should have had at least a decent look at it. And even the flank on the far side can get this. We're going to see a video later on where a flank throws a foul 30 yards away, and it's a great call for targeting. I think it's targeting or excessive contact, either one. But it's not in his zone, but he's throwing it, and it's a great call. So let's get these guys. Okay, so let's take a look at that play I was just referring to, where an official throws a flag that really is out of his zone, but it's a great get. So I'm going to play this again. I'm going to try to do this in real time, skip the comments, and then roll it back. We're going to see the play from the sideline and the end zone, and then I'll come back to this point and we can go through it. All right, so here we go. Got a 4th down play. Now this foul is going to look pretty darn obvious, right? Sorry about that. You see the flag come in from the flank. Let's take a look at it from the end zone. There's the flag. Now, let's go back. Now, I want you to notice this official is the one that throws the flag, and he is 20 yards away from this, while the deep officials, they're on the pylons. I guess they're running the coffin corner here. The punts from the, okay, well, they're running the coffin corner. They're at the pylons. The other official on the head linesman's side is much closer to this play, but he does not throw a flag on this. Okay, so you can see Steve, great call by the head linesman. Now, I'm not saying the head linesman shouldn't have a look at this. He should. But look at that contact. Now, Steve's comment, this guy should not be on the field. He should be out here developing an angle on this. I'm not sure why he's coming in, but he is. So that's the way it is. And this is how we pick each other up. Now, here's the official right here. He's at the 35, and this action is inside the 15. Who's going to throw the flag? There's the flag. Just a great get. All right. Now, Steve makes a really good point here as well. Watch this comment here. Now, I don't think there's any doubt that that's illegal contact, right? But what do we have? Is it spearing, targeting, excessive contact? What do we got? All right, so the head linesman and the back judge should get together, discuss what they saw, and then report to the referee. I love the way these guys continue to officiate too. This is great. This is a really good action by this crew. All right, this next play, Steve is calling example of no holding. So watch the player highlighted. I'm going to run this in real time, and it's going to be end zone and sideline view, and then we'll come back and run it through slowly and look at all Steve's comments. So here we go. Okay, did you see that? Okay, here's from the end zone. All right, that's the player we want to watch, real time. All right, so let's go back, watch it again. I'm going to do it in slow motion and include Steve's comments here. Okay, right, here we go. Slow it down right here. Okay, watch that player. Right to the ground, right? So Steve says it looks bad, but not holding for 2 reasons, and he's going to tell us what those reasons are. So here we go. I'm going to show you the highlighted player again. Gonna slow it down here for you. Watch. Now, yeah, great point. Did he lose his balance, or was that a takedown? Now, I think it's a combination of both. I think there is a takedown element here, right? So you throw a flag on for holding on this, okay, I can live with that. But look at Steve's point here. This is great. Sack and a loss of 5 yards, near the same spot, no disadvantage to the defense on this play. Steve says pass on this and maybe talk to the offensive lineman. I think it's great advice. They did not gain an advantage from that hold. The sack was completed. Let it go. Move on. Talk to the guy. Tell him you saw it. Move on to the next play. Okay, I'm going to end with this play. This was sent to me without any comments by Steve, and when I talked to him, he said there were comments attached, but I didn't get them. And so between the time that I got this play and talked to Steve, I was trying to figure out what it was that he was trying to show in this play. So I watched it a few times, and I started focusing on this player here. He's a big defensive lineman, and he gets blocked below the waist. And you'll notice that the offense is in a shotgun formation. So what are the requirements for legal block in the free blocking zone? All players involved in the blocking are on the line of scrimmage and in the zone at the snap. The ball is in the zone and the contact is in the zone. So again, we've talked about this in the past. If you're in a shotgun formation, the ball leaves the zone almost immediately. But NFHS, for some reason, has still stated that it's possible for a legal block to be accomplished when the offense is in shotgun. So we have said that in order for a block below the waist to be legal in a shotgun or pistol, that the offensive lineman has to be in a 3 or 4 point stance, that the block has to be immediate, and that the defensive and offensive players have to be lined up directly in front of each other. They can't be off to the side. So I watched this thing, and I thought, wow, maybe he's found a legal low block in the free blocking zone. That's the reason we're looking at this. So let's take a look at it from the end zone. And I'm going to run this back in slow-mo so you can see it. So watch 70 there. He's lined up. 57's in a 3 point stance. It looks like it's immediate. Okay. So I'm going to run this in slow motion for you now. You get a better look at it from the side. But there's the block. Now, notice where the ball is when the block actually occurs. See, still hasn't made contact right there. Now, the quarterback's actually handing the ball off. And this is kind of the absurdity of this notion that you could have a legal low block. I mean, the ball's well out of the zone, so there is no free blocking zone at this point. So let's take a look at this from the other side. And again, you're going to see all the requirements are met for what, supposedly what a legal low block is. So I asked Steve, I said, is this an example of a legal low block? And he said, hell no. Look at the guy's handing off when the block is occurring. No, or when it's initiated, actually. Not a legal block. So don't get fooled on this, guys. You umpires, get this one. All right. So why did Steve send this? Well, he wanted to highlight the actions of the flank official, which we're going to see coming in right here. Look how calm and just how focused she is. Does a great job of just sort of, professionally walking up. Now, this signal that she's giving right now, this wind, this player has achieved the line to gain. So we have, we're stopping the clock. She's signaling that the players never went out of bounds. In San Diego, this is an accepted mechanic. In Orange County, we don't want you to do this. We want you to just kill the clock and then simply let the referee know by a signal that we're going to start on the ready as soon as the chains are moved. But for San Diego, that's fine. If you're watching this outside of Orange County, San Diego, then do whatever your association says to do. Well, that's it for episode 2 of 2018 OCFOA Plays of the Week. I've got another one upcoming. It's going to deal mainly with mechanics. It should be out in the next couple of days or so. If you'd like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please do. Click on my picture up in the top right corner. This is Mark Andrews signing off.